Hey YouTube, this is Jay coming to you from 21st Century Reviews, bringing you another review for issue number 5 of the Star Trek The Official Starships Collection, Eagle Moss Edition, the Romulan Warbird, D. Deridex class. We first saw this ship appear in Star Trek The Next Generation, Season 1, episode The Neutral Zone. With the introduction of this ship, it was pretty much a given in the series that we were going to see basically a completely new look to the Romulans. Because after, the original series and even the movies that we'd had up to that point, being 1 through 4, we really hadn't seen a whole lot of influx from the Romulans, other than just a few spots of them in the original series, and then we really didn't even see them all that much in the movies to that point. So with the introduction of this, I mean, they gave the Romulans a huge overhaul. I mean, physical look change to them in appearance when it came to the actual people. It actually made it so that way that they looked like they were related to the Vulcans, but they definitely were different. And then of course their vessels, they changed them from being just kind of a smoky white colored kind of tubed nacelle type like the Romulan Bird of Prey model was, and then ultimately it changed over a little bit more everything to the design scheme we're used to. So to be completely fair, I really enjoyed this model whenever it came out. It's a great model. Now in regards to the model itself, great, absolutely great. This model is going to receive quite a good grade from me, minus one thing that really sticks out to me from just as a modeler standpoint, and then one thing from the Eagle Moss subscription portion. Now, as for decal applications, paint schemes, design concept, the only real complaint I have with this model is that the contours of the, meaning that the shape that's of the actual inner portions here is a little too flat. It actually should be a little bit more rounded. I really don't see it as a big deal because, to be fair, any other flaws that someone might pick up on are dwarfed by the sheer magnitude of the fact that all the window placements on the forward section of the forward hull, even the window sections that are on the back and the aft section, everything that you don't even normally see on a regular model of it and everything, are actually paid attention to. They made it a point to do clear plastic on the insides in the nacelle housings, perfect in every possible way, even down to the details of having the Romulan Star Empire emblem right on the nose of it, right where it's supposed to be. To be fair, I absolutely adore this model. All of its applications are good. All of its design scheme is pretty much 99%. I would have, like I said, I would have just made this a little bit more rounded on the middle if we were doing a mold of it, but that's just from building a rather big scale Romulan Warbird in the past. Now, my only critique for it in regards to the Eagle Moss subscription is the fact that when I received it, the stand itself, being the plastic bracket that sits in the main flat pedestal, was broken when I got it. And I tried to fix it, but it didn't work. So I put in a request through the subscription to get a replacement for it. They said they would, and I never received one. Luckily, I had a replacement in the Enterprise D model that I had when I first got my initial subscription, because I had subscribed once and then canceled and then decided to go ahead with it. So ended up with 2 Enterprise Ds. I was able to scrap the stand and use the stand at least, so that way my Warbird could sit like it's supposed to. Now, so I mean, as for critiques for that, that's a customer service related issue and everything. So to be fair to the model itself, which is of course what everybody's here to listen to and talk about, I can't really fault this thing. The Aztecing on the top, being on the dorsal section of the hull, and even the ventral section and everything, they paid 100% attention to making sure that all the wing designs, being the feathered kind of style design that's reminiscent of all these types of models, was well paid attention to. I actually can't really complain, because they even used different colored greens to kind of mold it in together properly. It comes together really, really well. It's a very superior model. So we'll be rolling out the new grading system as soon as issue 5 is done, because after I'm done with this issue, I'm actually going to roll out, like I said, the new grading system, but we're also going to roll out a completely new format of it and everything. And every 5th issue, I'm going to kind of do a review of all 5 issues that were previously covered, to kind of say what was my favorite, what was my least favorite, what would I have done differently, things like that. So with the conclusion of this one, I'm actually going to give this one, just based on the Eagle Moss issue, a 4 out of 5. And like I said, in the next issue, you'll actually see what 4 out of 5 looks like and everything, because I'm kind of experimenting with new demographics, and hopefully it'll actually come out really, really well. So without further ado, like I said, 4 out of 5. Excellent model, excellent everything in regards to application. The display stand was the only real critique for this one. Otherwise, it came out beautifully, and I actually really, really like this model. It actually made me really look forward to seeing future models of Romulan ships. So, good job, Eagle Moss. Excellent work on this one. If you have any comments, questions, or queries, please put them in the comments section down at the bottom of the page. Again, trying to get subscribers, trying to put the word out there. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, and if you like what you see, I really hope that you'd be willing to at least let me know what you like and what you don't like. So, like usual, we're working on it.